Hello, and thank you for clicking on the help video. In this example, we are given a function f of x, and we want to evaluate the inverse of this function at negative 39. Now, because we're switching the x and the y, what this means, since the x and the y value are being interchanged to get the inverse, what it means right here, it means that we're essentially trying to figure this out. So trying to determine what the output value to the inverse is at negative 39 is equivalent to trying to figure out the value of x that makes this function equal to negative 39. So if we do that, we would end up again with our solution. So by solving this equation, we'll get again our output value to the inverse at that value of negative 39. Well, to solve this equation requires us to first add 4 to both sides to get rid of, again, any addition and subtraction. So we're going to bring down 7, and we're going to get this to be negative 35. We're then going to divide by negative 7, and the square root of x equals to positive 5. And to get rid of the square root, we're simply going to raise both sides to the second power. So x equals to 25. So since that's a solution to x to this equation, that means that the inverse of f at the number negative 39 equals to 25. So again, think about it like this, all right? If I think about this, so I have this function f, and the function f has x and y values. If I plug in the number, let me move this over. So if I plug in the number 25 into this x right here, that will end up equaling to negative 39. And because, like I mentioned, the inverse is just simply the domain and range flipping, that would mean that the inverse of f at negative 39, again, flipping that here, is going to flip this value, and it's going to equal to 25. So that's why, again, solving this equation and finding out what this number is to give you negative 39 to this original function is how we determine, again, what the output value would be to the inverse when we plug in, again, this number negative 39. So there is your answer. Let me just box it in. There's your answer. And I hope this video was helpful.